Look at me.
Can we push it back just a fraction? Oh, too hard now. Thank you.
Like that's going to make it different.
It does to me. Hello, you guys. Welcome to another Feel It Real Fun for you. On our 24th of June, 2022. It's a very special show.
It's a very special
date.
show.
It's our anniversary, isn't it, baby?
Happy anniversary.
And what was it? 10 years.
me.
This is our 10th anniversary.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. I need you guys to go nuts
Oh, wow.
sharing the show.
Is it paper? Do I get paper gift? I get that.
There is.
Thanks, babe.
It's just
I'll
like
let
you
you
and me, a
hold
little bit used, coffee stained.
Yeah. Rub it around the edges.
Yeah, it is our special anniversary show today.
It is.
Okay, let's all sing, shall we? Ready?
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to me
TT and B.
and
Happy
you.
birthday.
Happy anniversary.
I mean.
To you and me.
T and B.
Happy anniversary.
That's right.
That's how most people live their marriages, you know what I mean? Like, it is an anniversary.
It's a school. Well, it is. It's like going to school, isn't it? When you
Yeah.
haven't done it before.
Yeah. Well, we got
Yeah.
some experience.
Thank you, Zara and
Happy
Joe and
anniversary.
Alessandra. I saw.
Happy anniversary.
I know. And we didn't even realise until it popped up on your Facebook.
Yeah.
Memories.
Imagine that. It's like,
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Happy anniversary to me and you.
Thanks, babe. Okay.
All right, guys.
So,
Today we've got a very special show.
yes, it's your Manifesting Questions Answered Live.
Olive. Nice to see you, buddy.
Hello. Hello.
Ah.
Cool. So I got it easymanifestingmethods.com.
That's right.
Thanks, Stilla Jim.
Happy
We'll be doing
anniversary.
lots of that drinking later.
Yep, drinking. Yeah, so we've made it this far.
Yeah.
Need a drink.
Drown our sorrows, is it?
Happy anniversary
Yeah.
to me and you.
Dave, Diamond Dave.
Diamond
Hello,
Dave,
thank
Triple
you.
D people, MM people.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Yeah, but hold the presses, right? That's the
Hold
backbone of
the
all we
presses.
do. The Pearl Power Pack is live. You have to go to pearlpowerpack.com.
Someone called Paula bought it,
Paula,
and 20 emailed it back. It's Paula's Pearl Power Pack.
Yeah, so the website is pearlpowerpack.com.
Yeah.
But Paula got it, so it's Paula's pearlpowerpack.com.
Yes.
Zara has a good she listens well.
Adversity.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
Oh, right. I thought you said university.
Happy.
That's why I said school. I thought you were saying university.
Yeah. Q, baby.
Okay. And hello, yeah, it's the big Q.
Yo,
For refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
that's right. So, you know, he's bald. We could just call him the Q ball.
The Q ball.
Yeah, I think he's bald-ish.
Oh, you're
Voluntary.
saying bald.
Yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
thinking ball because
Yeah,
isn't
cue
there
ball.
like a... Well, I'm thinking like snooker or billiards or something like that where... Well, anyway, there probably is no cue ball, but yeah, I thought maybe...
All right, that's what I'm thinking. Cue
Is
ball.
it?
Yeah, it's a white ball.
That's the white
Yeah.
ball, is it? Is it called a cue ball?
Yeah.
CUE ball?
Yeah.
But we're saying Q as in Q for Quentin.
Yeah.
Ball for bald.
Yes.
Right.
Cue ball.
Makes sense.
Yo, it's the QB. Yo.
That's good with me, says Q.
All
Okay.
right. So let's dive in. We've got some really cool questions. Today we're going to keep tying it back into the Pearl of Great Price. Why? Because that's what I do.
Hey, God, I just saw something. I saw Alessandra say to Joe, hi, Joe, Quentin Tarantino smiled at her having coffee or something.
Huh.
Whoa.
That's right. Of course he did. That's right.
Of course he did, says Joe. Okay, sorry.
So you know what?
Yes.
Right now, QT is watching a show someplace saying,
QT.
I smiled at. Right? You wouldn't
Yes.
believe who I got to smile at.
Oh, no.
In the fucking boom room.
Yes.
All right. So, Marcia, welcome to the show. So, Victoria.
Yes.
This is going to be the best show ever. All right.
Okay,
So,
cool. So, we'll start with the first
By the
question.
way, was it Zara that sent us the very first show? So let's cut through a bunch of bullshit
yes.
real quick. Ready? The very first show
I
that
think it was
Victoria
Zara.
was on, right?
Yes.
We did it on the Pearl of Great
God.
Price, right?
And I'm there like this.
It's great, right? She's gorgeous, right? But I want you to get this, because when people say, "Oh yeah," like he's just saying that, the very first coffee club that she was on, we did the
Yeah.
Pearl of Great Price.
And it
I
was like
got
I didn't know where to look. It was like, do I look at them? Do I
yeah,
smile?
Pearl.
Sometimes I go,
It was great.
oh,
You
weird.
look like Dr. Brian eating Vegemite.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Okay, sorry.
Yep. Very first
Coffee club.
show that we did together was on the Pearl of Great Price. Right? Today we're
Yes.
talking about the Pearl of Great Price. I tell you about it's the Pearl of Great Price versus the Spoon Benders.
And that was, I
Right?
think, in 2014. So
14.
that now is 8 years ago.
That's right. We
How
were
many of
married
you
for
guys
2
did
years.
you listen? How many of you guys listened up? How important the Pearl of Great Price
Pearl,
is.
man, the Pearl. No matter what we're going to do today, we're going to take it back to the Pearl. And watch how we do this, because it's really important. So there's 3 things we're going to talk about today.
Okay,
Let's go.
the first question
All right.
is from Zavi. I slip into it hasn't happened. Help. And Zavi says, hi to Mr. 2020 Victoria and the dogs.
That's
I
you,
will try
Emmett.
and get their input. They did some output this morning, but yeah, okay.
That's right.
I feel it real and have my ideal scene as to what best represents the event has happened. And it works sometimes, but sometimes I slip into it hasn't happened. I reverse this thought and feel it real again. Is there a better way or different way to do this? I see my question being answered in the live show. Thank you.
All right. Next
Yes,
question.
Zavi. Next question.
Yeah, we're just going to skip Zavi's
Straight down
question.
to there.
No, we're just skipping Zavi's question. All right. Unbelievable.
Sorry, got you.
Yeah.
See my question being answered in the live show.
This is important, right? Remember, I say if I say something 3 times or it shows up in a show 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so continue with Zavi's next comment, because
So
I asked
say
Zavi.
follow up
Yeah,
TTR.
yeah, I asked, what exactly are you imagining and what's the wish? Right? In my infinite wisdom.
Yes.
Right?
And Zavi responded, I see a text from my brother that he has everything he needs to have a place to live and his health issue is gone.
Coolio, right? So I noticed a couple things. Number one, because we talked about this in a show last week where we talked about Joseph Goddard, right? And we talked about this whole thing where Joseph heard people, right? And we showed how it sneakily showed up in the whole little report that Neville gave. What I see going on here is seeing is very important to you, right? So because you say something, I see my question being answered.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I poke the bear. I test. And you say, I see a text from my brother, so on and so forth. Cool. Hashtag seeing is not the secret. It's important to you, but it's not the secret. The secret's going to be, what do you feel?
I get the seeing as well, even in the first statement.
Yes.
Like sometimes it works, but sometimes I slip into it hasn't happened. And it's like, I get probably your sight is telling you it hasn't happened yet.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Visual's fast. I mean, light travels at 186,000 miles per second, but you're faster. So here's what's really cool. I see a text from my brother that he has everything he needs and a place to live and his health issue is gone. Coolio. I've known my mother for 56 years. For about 12 of those years, texts have been possible. I've never got a text like that from my mom or sent her one, right? Now, here's what I notice. My mom, right before the show, sent me a text. And my reaction is, oh, cool, right? It's my mom.
Yeah.
It wasn't always that way, right? When I was imagining shit about my mom, conflict with my mom, things not working out for my mom, I'd be thinking, oh, what is her hassle going to be today? What's the dumb shit problem of the day, right?
Yeah, okay.
Now, here's what I want you to do. So if seeing is important, what I don't want you to do is see a text with all these details, right? This is just a little bit of play. Play with this, right? What I want you to do is see that he texted. Notice how you feel. Because if these problems didn't exist, there wouldn't be a text saying, hey, I have no problems and a great place to live.
Yeah.
Right? They'd be like, I wonder what he wants. There's that internal, I wonder what he wants, right? Cool. Yeah. I'm happy to hear from my mom because I'm not giving life to bullshit about her. So just that one little tiny shift, that whole thing of just going, zzz, what? Oh, it's mom. Oh, it's my brother. Right?
Yeah.
That, right? You don't got to see any details about the text. What I want you to do is find the details within, right? Your faith in God is measured by your confidence in you. What are you feeling? This all comes back to that whole thing with the pearl, but we'll be talking more about that shortly. So,
Cool.
coolio.
All right. So thank you, Zavi, for your question. And good on you for imagining it being answered. It was.
Yeah, that's right. By the way, I bet you felt something different about, hey,
Yeah.
they're going to answer it on the show, right?
Yeah,
I can't wait
yeah.
to see the show, right? You know, you didn't imagine what I was going to say. I can guarantee that, right? Because I never say what people want to say. Victoria says, what do you think about this? And I just go, what can I say?
It does that all the time.
Right? But you imagined something, feeling something. Boom. Right? And then you got to see me voicing, talking thing. So let us continue.
Okay.
I love lettuce
Lettuce.
on other people's sandwiches, right? Isn't lettuce the wasteful vegetable? Let's just be honest. Lettuce is like lightweight
Rabbit
grass,
food.
right? Let other people eat that shit.
Yeah.
So next.
The next question's from Yasoda on Facebook. The point of conviction.
Yeah, let us explore that.
Yasoda asks, how to explore a state to the point of conviction? For example, earning great money while doing what you love, not exactly knowing what work, whose and how's. So how to explore this?
All right, so 3 of the things in my life, right?
Yes.
So I go to the pool and I hang out with Master Magician Charles. This guy is adorable, right? And so yeah,
He
so,
does this all the time too.
Yeah.
3 things.
there are 3 things, 20, 3 things, right? So I go and I hang out with Master Magician Charles, right?
Yes.
While I'm there, I have absolutely no concerns about, well, fuck, man, like Master Magician Charles is a lovely guy, but I could be someplace making money to pay the bills. Right? I am making great money while doing what I love. That includes doing this show, answering your emails, hanging out with Master Magician Charles, and so on. By the way, real dude, right? Like some people say, does he make all this shit up? I make it all up. Right? Even her. She's not even real. She's a cardboard cutout like Al Gore. Right? Anybody remember Al Gore? The president that never moved.
I remember you told
Right?
me about that.
Like,
Yes.
Anyway. Yeah, think about that. A cardboard cutout got paid all that money. He got driven around by the Secret Service.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yes.
earning great money while doing what I love. What I love about these little weird phrases that I use, like, what would happen if you doubled your income and worked half the time? How would you buy peanut butter or petrol in today's economy different? Right? I've been just saying this for Al Gore did invent the internet, right, Sarah? Right? He said, yeah, swear to God. Sometimes I'm embarrassed by all that shit. But anyway,
Yeah.
right? So this whole thing of like, if you doubled your income and worked half the time, how would you buy peanut butter or petrol differently? That's going to imply something. That's going to imply some amount of financial freedom, right? I don't put the cheap shit in my car. Right? I have no idea what you put in yours, right? But like,
Good shit.
yeah, is it?
I'm just copying you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't normally say that. Yeah.
but I'm a fan of, right? I've got the ultimate driving machine. I'm not putting cheap shit in it. Right, I have the money to put the what I desire in my car, and it's the same thing with making money, right? It's like, in all honest to God, like 20 years ago, and I'm imagining teaching, none of this existed. Al Gore had invented the internet, but it really wasn't like it is now. We didn't have the Facebook. We didn't have an instant download. We didn't have any of this shit. Conference calling. Oh my God, I remember when that was invented. Like, wow, right? So here's the cool thing. You don't got to figure out any of those hows or anything. I mean, when I wake up in the morning, I'm looking forward to, okay, boom, right? So I imagine my specific things that imply specific things. But, when you buy the pearl, you start lacking a lot of things. You lack trying to figure out the who's, the how's, the when's, the what's. When you buy the pearl, you start to, just notice things differently. But let us continue, Victoria.
Okay. Yes. So that says because that for Yasoda. Yasoda.
What are you doing with it?
Like the Pearl Power Pack.
PearlPowerPack.com.
Talks all about it.
Yes.
We also cover it in manifestingmasterclass.com. But I'm also thinking like with the money thing, earning great money, like maybe your little prosperity pack.
Oh, we do crass commercials too.
Well, sorry, I just thought I'd throw all of those in because it's about money, and maybe your soda hasn't seen any of these.
I don't know.
So
that's
yeah,
great.
There you go. A few things to look forward to.
I'll tell you the big thing. Remember that whole thing. Imagine what implies your wish is fulfilled. That entire prosperity pack is full of little tiny hints like that. We're going to get to one later on from it, actually. But it's really important when you're the pearl. Your faith in God is measured by your confidence in you. And it's like, right, what if you're looking for, well, who am I going to work with? What am I going to do? How am I going to do it? That's all lack of faith. When you have faith in you, like I just trust, like Q just put up MM rocks, right? Q ball, right? Here's the cool thing, right? I just do what I fucking do, right? Yeah, I give Q the new name, Q ball, right? Yeah, and it's just fun. The thing is, if I was coming from any other state, I'd be going, oh my God, so should I say it or shouldn't I say it? Maybe I'll ask him privately before the show, can I call him Q ball or not? Would he take offense
Yeah.
to it? Is it an unwoke thing? And it just like goes through all this weird shit versus like, right, knowing who I am, knowing how this works. Alessandra, MM is awesome. Thank you. I just get to toss shit out. That's what's fun. Yeah, I just got to trust. That's it. TRUST. So,
Yeah.
boom. Let's keep going. This is such good fun.
Excellent. Okay. And the next question's from Sharon in Manifesting Mastery. And Sharon asks, hi, Mr. 2020.
Yo.
Today I choose blissfully happy, loving woman as a state. It seems that the judgment of my best friend has become less, but as it's getting into the evening, I'm missing him a lot and feel like calling him, which I'm obviously not wanting to do because he was very rude whenever I called him on my own. I'm not in touch with him since for more than 2.5 months, but today it seems I'm getting nostalgic. Am I not fully moved into blissfully happy, loving woman or not? Actually, I don't know. What is blissfully happy? What do you suggest for me here? Thanks and regards.
I love this. And the reason I put it in there in its entirety is because there's the getting lost bit and there's the getting found bit. The pearl really is my North Star. Yeah, this is why I got kicked out of that group many, 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 many years ago. And when I look at Sharon's email, the one thing that I come back to is, right, knowing that you're the one cause, you're the cause of happiness in your life. You're the cause of how your relationship or your relationship is going in your life. This doesn't mean we play the blame game. I'm not into the blame game at all. Right? The blame game just has you going, oh, I'm upset that I did something dumb. Being responsible as you go, righty-o. Yeah, living in the state of loving husband, I've really got one desire, and that's to share the most lovely with her. Right? And that's it. I mean, like everything else sort of boils around all that. A loving, happy husband. So when I know who I am and how this works, I don't chase her to make me happy. So when I hear words like blissfully happy and so on, and I don't know what blissfully happy, what it
Yeah,
is.
it's like going up into the head. What is blissfully happy? Am I that? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Versus like, radio, if I was just simply, what would I lack? As a loving, happy husband, what would I lack? I would like the craving. I would like the chase. I would like the manipulation. I would lack all those things. Oh, you made me mad. It's like, no, I get to go, I'm upset. And drop it. Instead of like, I'm going to find something to blame her on. Right? So on and so forth. So just stepping back, you get to own your state. Yeah, happy, loving wife. What would happy, loving wife lack? If you can find that, right, and it ain't hard. Yeah, what's happy, loving husband lack? He lacks playing games. He lacks blaming her. He lacks endless bitching. He lacks, all kind of things.
Yeah.
And just that has me notice, right? What am I? Who am I? How can I give? And there's the pearl. It's the gift that keeps giving. So explore there. Notice again how this weaves into the other answers and questions. And let us continue, Victoria.
Cool.
Uma,
That's excellent,
shaga.
Sharon. Cool. Okay. One thing I'll say is sometimes
Yes.
I get nostalgic. Nostalgia, it has so many mixed emotions in that state, and sometimes I'll be nostalgic for areas of my past, but it certainly doesn't mean it doesn't influence my life now with you as a happy, loving wife, and do you know what I mean? All of that, but yeah, we all have history, so we all have, do you know what I mean? Nostalgic moments, I reckon. Just in case Sharon was thinking, well, maybe that's bad.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, I'll keep going.
No, don't be sorry.
Right. The next question
You felt like
is...
saying that for a reason.
Why?
Fuck, I don't know what
Get
your
it.
reasons are.
All right.
You're a woman.
Okay. The next
That's
question
right.
is from Brian M. on Facebook. The Seduction Chicken Blues.
Oh, dear God.
And Brian says, can you sing the Seduction Chicken Blues on this show? What?
Yeah, well, this is 14 plus years ago. Right? All right. Ready?
Yes.
When you lose the pearl, you get stuck in the middle muddles. Right? This is so cool to me. It's cool that you'd actually bring this up for this show, because one of the things I was doing in the old days, I got really pissed off at the seduction community, right? And then I realized, why would I even care about that? But here's the thing, right? So in the Seduction Chicken Blues video, that's almost embarrassing, right?
I haven't heard of it. Yeah.
Well, I sort of look like Freddie in that one, right? So I'm playing my rubber chicken, and I'm making up a song.
Right, the rubber
right?
chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she remembers the rubber chicken
I do now.
right?
Yeah.
So this is back in the old country, back in the old days, and so on. And I was just making fun of people wearing like wild hats and boas and doing dumb shit to pick up women, right? Your manipulations, all the middle things. Right now, here I am, like 14 years later. I've got a hat collection. I do enjoy wearing scarves, but it's funny to me because here's the difference, right? The seduction community is really into, right? So they study all the things that appear that women apparently go nuts over, that some confident men do, and they say duplicate what they do. In other words, manipulate the shit out of the middles. In other words, one of the things that I notice is wealthy people do what wealthy people do. Now, if you just do what wealthy people do without imagining from that state, it ain't going to work for you. Right? So so I made up this song. It was the Seduction Chicken Blues. I played my ukulele and my chicken, if I'm correct. And I just sang this stupid little song.
That's on YouTube, is it?
It's on YouTube. It's embarrassing. I can't get into the
you
channel
guys.
to take it down. Right? So it'll go from like 600 and some
Yeah,
views
all
to
of a
like 6
sudden.
million. Right? But here's the fun thing, right?
Yes.
All that PUA stuff, right? All that middle muddle stuff, all that radio. If I act this way, they'll react this way. It's all acting. It's all bullshit. Versus, I'm just goofy as fuck.
Yeah.
Right? When somebody is confident enough that they can let their inner bullshit out and just have fun, I find not only do women dig me, dogs dig me, old people dig me, young people dig me, people almost dead dig me, right?
Almost dead.
Like, when I worked in the nursing home, I mean, they'll be dying. I'd walk in the room and they'd perk up, right? I remember one old guy looking at me, and he did the whole thing like, this is going to be fun. This is, oh, you have no idea, right? Because me just walking in the room, right? Because I was just me. I didn't have that capacity to put on layers and layers of this, right? And I also
Yeah.
didn't have to act anyway. I was just me, just goofy as fuck, having some fun. And I mention this because when you buy the pearl, you no longer start getting into radio. So how do I dress to impress women? How do I talk to get people to buy shit? How do I, people all the time tell me, like, you should say something different, or, yeah. It's like, yeah, whatever. I'd rather be real. Our biggest market, if we go vague real quick, our biggest market is people who simply want to be more real. People who want to let more of them show up in their life. Right, that to me is fascinating. The second part of our biggest market is this whole thing with people who really want to, they've got a hunger for truth, who they are, how this works. In some way, they're seeking truth. And it's like radio. Yeah, and dropping all the acting bullshit, dropping any pushing people's buttons bullshit, you can just be you. And there we go. This brings us back to the pearl. What is the pearl? The pearl ultimately is you. You're the one cause. So the fact that you bring this up, I looked at the question, I thought, oh, fuck, Brian. And this is not Dr. Brian, Doctor of Verbs, Adverbs, Adjectives, and other things, party nipples. Right? Party nipples. And like, but whenever I saw that, I thought, oh, fuck, man. Like, that's almost embarrassing. But it's like, no, that's 14 years ago. That was a little project that I tossed out there, just trying to make a difference. And so I even left the link up, you people that are silly enough to want to go watch it. Yeah, by the way, one more. So people go like, oh, Mr. 20, I'm afraid to get on camera. I might look like an ass. It might haunt me forever.
Go look at it.
Go look at that. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Radio. So enough said on that. And by the way, will I sing the song? No. I'd have to actually watch it
To
right?
remember
to remember
it.
what it was. Just me rambling with a ukulele and shit. But
Okay.
all right,
Cool.
next to Mundo.
Okay. The next question's from Bonnie in Manifesting Mastery. How did you know that Victoria was the one for you?
All right, this is a real easy one, right? I wasn't seeking something to complete me. And I use that word real specific. I wasn't seeking something to complete me. I I met someone I just wanted to share my life with. I met someone that I, honest to God, experienced and continue to experience. I can share anything with her, right? And I just want to share the most lovely. That's it, as far as I can tell. I'll bring it back to the pearl. When you know who you are and how this works, when you really dive into the layers of this, you stop chasing. You start stretching. And that's important. By the way, not everyone's ready for something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. If you realize, if you're exploring who you are and how this works, and you're around somebody that wants to play the codependent push buttons, let's PUA each other to death, because I've seen couples that do this to each other, right? They're both playing, like he's reading how to fuck with her head, and she's reading how to fuck with his head, so that you can both feel like you're in love. And it's like, oh, fuck me, right? Versus, rightio. Right, when you really start exploring who you are and how this works, and yeah, you find someone to you just want to share it all with. That's lovely. So that's what I got.
Okay.
Any comments there, Victoria? Because I'm sure they might be interested.
Yeah, well, probably played all those games when I was younger. I certainly wasn't ready for a relationship like what we've got
Yep.
years ago.
Yeah, we've all done the relationship game.
And the problem is, because I was so used to relationships
Yeah.
when I met you, I just didn't know. A part of me just didn't want to go down, get into a relationship with you, because I just thought, what if, it just all turns tits up. And it was, so there was I know there was like this reserved, but I was reserved in starting late in life
In
a
her
relationship
in her 20s.
with you. So it was, yeah, I know, but I know how great. I loved life when I'm with you. I just love life, and for me it was, yeah, it was about that. And the saying you said in New Zealand that we wrote on the Wicked van,
Yes.
a lifetime of adventure and the adventure of a lifetime, and it really has been that. Yes,
And we're just getting warmed up.
we are. So that's my bit.
Joe Weldon is paying attention. Turn tits up.
I know. Well, that's what it felt.
That's an Australian pastime, or not Australian. That's a New Jersey pastime. Yep, turn tits up.
Cool. Excellent.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Oh, something's gone. Oh, there. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Bonnie, for your question. And I think we're down to the last question
Yes.
from James in Manifesting Mastery. Would you dive into lesson 27 of the Prosperity Pack?
Yes. Cool. By the way, this is what today's email was about. So it's like, all right, let's have a little bit of fun. So,
Do you want me to read all of this or some of this, or...
let's see.
Oh, yes, I remember this.
Yeah, just read the first paragraph, then I'll
So
yak.
it's the one for you guys about the two ladies.
She likes this one.
And so let me tell you of two ladies who came to my meetings.
One had a shagging
Oh, do you want me to go somewhere else?
No.
Okay. I didn't think you... Well, Neville wouldn't have said a shagging buddy anyway.
No.
One here on the West Coast and the other in New York City. both ladies, this was the bit I love, both ladies were financially embarrassed. They had no money and no one to turn to. All I asked them to do was assume the feeling of financial security.
All right. Now, this is really cool. I'm going to read between the lines a little bit here, give you guys some good shit to do, right? Because the question shows up. Well, how the fuck do I do that if I've never done that before?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I love what you shared about your prior relationships, right? Because there's something that lacks in this relationship that was in the relationships.
Yeah.
Right. And this is really big because Neville says to basically just assume the feeling of financial security. How do you do that? In other words, you got to drop some stuff. All I asked them to do was to assume the feeling of financial security. Not to assume financial security except for when the price of gas goes up. Not to assume financial security except for like whenever he's late coming from work. Not assume the feeling of except for whenever like she's busy doing something in the garden.
And that's one other point I want to make, because I know sometimes it's like some people have this like a concept of financial security. Do you know what I mean?
Watch where her head goes.
Yeah, it's all up. It's like it's whereas it's so what is the feeling of financial security for you? So it's like you. That's why you often say that what brand of peanut butter would you buy? Do you know what I mean? Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
How would you buy peanut butter differently?
How would you buy it differently? Yeah, that's the feeling of, yeah.
You discover it because, I do see, I study people in decision land, right? We go shopping on Mondays and we go into the store and there's a big sign up in front and it says decision land.
Yeah.
And I go, this is great. I love decision land.
Most of them are zoned out from eating so much sugar over the weekend.
Oh yeah, they eat a lot of sugar, drink a lot of alcohol, and then they go to decision land, right? Yeah. And then there's me, right? I've got my hat on, my scarf, and I just walk around just going, right? And I just noticed the war that people have, how much they struggle in decision land, right? However, what would they lack? Okay, all I asked them to assume is the feeling of financial security. Again, not dependent on the price of petrol or peanut butter, not dependent upon anything. Just find the feeling. Let's continue.
One lady immediately began to search for the feeling of security. Every day, she imagined having all the money she needed, to take care of her desires.
Now, how cool is that? It's not about pay the bills.
No.
It's not about, right? Yeah, for your desires. Again, there's something that you lack. So we've got Sparky coming back today, right? Yeah. And so wait till you guys see some of the photos that I'm taking, right? Because we got these new lights put on the veranda, right? These lovely copper light things, and the electric. Sparky came in and hooked them all up, and I was going to do some work upgrading the box to 2022 technology instead of 1974. I'm your boogeyman.
I know.
Right?
It's scary.
So which is really cool, right? But here's the thing: we've got a desire here. Right, it's not like, it's funny because I was talking to a friend of mine the other day and I says, we had a Sparky over, and he's like, you got problems with your electrics? I was like, no, we're just doing some upgrades. Right, there's a difference, right? This whole thing of notice what you're imagining. See, I don't imagine that we're having a Sparky come in because we've got problems with electrics. No, I just want new switches to touch. These new light switches that he put in.
Yeah.
Seriously, let me ask her. What happens when I'm flicking these new switches? Because you put the new lights in.
Yeah, you like the click.
Oh yeah,
the feel. Yeah.
I just
like my click on my cottage door, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I stand there next to the switch and I go,
he's Western gating it or something.
What's he doing? Oh, he's just fucked up over the light switch. It's a $5 light switch, right?
Oh, you dog.
But it's just, it's my desire. I like crisp light switches, right? Yeah, everybody's got their own thing. Right? Continue, Victoria.
Okay, so she imagined having all the money she needed to take care of her desires. Then one day she visited a friend where she met a man she had known intimately 30 odd years ago.
So even if you have a relationship with somebody 30 odd years ago, there's still hope, right?
Yeah. When he learned she was penniless, he set up a trust fund for her providing her with more than she needed to live graciously.
Now notice what she was imagining. Let's just step back. She was imagining having more than enough for her desires. I notice when people have that, this shuts the fuck up. I notice when people don't have it, they're walking around going, I'm in a money maker. I've got a million, first person affirmations, right? They make me feel good, right?
Yeah.
And I talked about this on the podcast today because it's like radio. So first person affirmations, functional MRIs, right? When you put someone in an FRMI machine and they do first person affirmations, 2 pleasure centers in the brain light up simultaneously. It's like, boy, that's cool, right? And then if you do the same thing with chocolate, if you give someone yummy chocolate and you put them in an FRMI, the pleasure centers, 2 of them in the brain, light up simultaneously. I thought this is really fucking cool. If you put somebody in an FRMI and they enjoy The Simpsons and you play The Simpsons, the 2 pleasure centers in the brain, they light up simultaneously. And I go, fuck, this is so cool, right? Chocolate, The Simpsons, and affirmations all do the same thing. But anyway, let's skip that because I'm not attacking affirmations. Yes, I am. They're stupid, right? You show me a smart one, right? You show me an affirmation that's ever ordered a pizza, right? But meanwhile, she imagined something. She imagined having enough money to take care of her desires, and what she got was more than enough to live graciously.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Let's do the last bit. By the way, you guys that don't get the daily email, meanwhile.
When the other lady heard the story, she too began to assume she had plenty. She told me that in the matter of 1 week, money began coming in. What did they do? They used their human imagination.
That's right. Now, here's the thing. You're not going to use it, right, if you don't buy the pearl. See, when you buy the pearl, right, you actually, like, automatically believe in the reality of your imaginal act, right? When you buy the pearl, you don't go, right, well, I felt it real, but I should light a candle just in case, and sing a song just in case, and name my next kid just in case, right?
Just in case.
Just in case, right? Anyway, so when the other lady heard this story, she too began to assume she had plenty, right? Some folks, they read testimonials, right, and they go, wish I could join manifestingmasterycourse.com. It's $97, 90-day adventure. Or they go, well, yeah, I mean, I hope it works for me. Like, I read a testimonial and, well, like, I'm 4 years older than that. Right? Oh, I wonder if it probably doesn't work for old people. Right? Meanwhile, when the other lady heard the story, she too began to assume she had plenty. She didn't. Yet you notice there's some things that you lack when you have the pearl. Right? When you have the pearl, you don't go, right? Yeah, when you have the pearl, see, I doubt the news. I swear to God, I was telling Cube this last week. I said, so I see, I watch the news, right? I read the news. I don't follow the news. There's a distinction there. So I watch the news. I read the news. I enjoy the news. And it's like on Tuesday, house prices in Australia are up 20%. People cannot buy houses. It's a horrible thing. The economy is collapsing. Like, oh, collapsing. That's good. And then 2 days later, right, there's a news article in Australia. Australian home prices are down 20%. People can't sell their houses and get what they're worth.
What happened?
I'm like, in 2 fucking days, the housing market moved 40%, right? And then I go online and I look at things, and it's like, no, it's only in certain areas. So, like, right, in one area, we're panicking because the prices are high. In another area, we're panicking because the prices are low, right? And it's like, right. Yeah, meanwhile, you've got a choice today. Panic or the pearl. If you find yourself panicking over endless dumb shit, radio. Panic or the pearl. It's your choice, right? It really is. Because when it comes down to it, if you're seeking, right, you're going to always find something, to run, to chase, or that is chasing you, right? Panic or the pearl. That's it. So, what did she do? Your human imagination, yada, yada, yada. And you're not going to use it, okay? It's going to feel like work. You're going to avoid doing it if you really don't believe. Because here's the thing. You can quit a vision board, right? Because you can't stop feeling it real. You're always feeling it real. The thing is, are you do it consciously, deliberately, lovingly, and you can't help but do it if you've bought the pearl. So, Lisa Braun, welcome to the show. So, Victoria,
So
looks like you're ready.
we are. So thank you. Sorry, that was from James in Manifesting Mastery.
James.
Thanks for your question, James.
Change.
And what we'd like to know is tell us, what was your hashtag strawberry bits?
Oh, Victoria.
Mine was how you kept bringing it always actually back to the Pearl of Great Price, that lecture, and buying the pearl, and how it's not just because you've now got a product, the Pearl Power Pack,
Yay!
which is it's only,
Pearl Power Pack.
but because, like Zara mentioned,
The first show.
2014, the very first show we did, you spoke about the Pearl of Great Price.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Smack bang in the middle of Manifesting Mastery. You dive for a whole week into the Pearl of Great Price. There's a reason for that. So, yeah, that was my hashtag strawberry bit.
So, I'll jump off of that. So, it was federal election day in Australia, right? So, they made the announcement, federal election day, only Australians can vote, right? And Australians must vote or you get a fine. Then they put your name on a list, right? I'm not a fan of fines or lists, but I'm less of a fan of standing around like a fucking sheep. So I said, radio, here's my idea, Victoria. I'm not going to go stand like a fucking sheep, right? I'm going to stay at home. We're going to do a call on the pearl because I'm not into politicians. I'm into pearls, right? There's a pearl, right? And then there's a politician. I have no faith in politicians. None. One thing I do have faith in with politicians, they're all like liars, right? So I go, radio, right? You guys do whatever you do. I'll do what I do. So I decided federal election day, when everyone else is standing in line, I'm going to make money to pay my fine, right? And then I imagined not having to pay a fine, which was another thing, which is lots of fun. But what it came down to is this. You got a choice every day. Are you going to stand around like a sheep voting for politicians who promise you change someday, right? And you hope they actually do it? Or are you going to buy the pearl? So there's my other crass commercial, right? It always comes down to that. How many middles are you going to try to give life to something hopefully, or radio? PearlPowerPack.com. That's my strawberry bit.
Excellent. So those are our hashtag strawberry bits.
And I tell you what, mine will really go back to Zara. Send us the thing. I swear to
Yeah.
God, I didn't know this.
I think I saw Zara here
Yeah, she's
as
here.
well. So thanks for
I
sharing
didn't
it.
know. The first show she was on, we talked about the pearl.
No.
Right? How funny that you'd share that with us this week when we kick off this pack.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Thank you, Zara.
This is how my world works.
Meanwhile, go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
That's right.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm here, says Sarah. Good one. Zara. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That is the rightness.
That's where you can see that very first coffee club. Okay.
I'll have to put a link up to that. So,
Well,
radio.
yeah.
Oh, I think I forgot to close the comments on the show post. Hope nobody else posted a question.
On what? Oh, yeah, if you did, sorry.
Sorry.
You'll have to bounce
Yeah,
them
yeah, bounce it.
to
All right.
next week.
Yes. All right.
All right, have a great day, night, weekend. We'll catch us next week.
Have a lovely day, everyone. Especially cue ball, man. Cue ball.
Cue ball.